Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about the upcoming supermoon coming up on September 29th in the zodiac sign of Aries. As during the equinox we've been identifying parts of our behaviors, fears and struggles to acknowledge them, learn from them and leave behind what needs to be shed. Now is the time to fully embrace your precious vision for the future. Make it as clear as possible. Write down your goals, get your life in order, put those dreams on your walls or wherever they can motivate you. Meditate on them, identify the efforts you need to make and take massive action towards achieving them. So Aries is bringing us this energy of independence, of courage, of leadership, of passion. And when it comes to these energies need certain goals. They need to be channeled through certain activities that really sparks the flow of passion, which means that we have to have a certain intention how we want to use them. And usually if we don't have well-organized plans to channel those energies, we may become a bit impatient, we may become short-tempered, we may become restless, or we may take too much of risks that may end up in exhaustion or losing certain resources that could be actually used for certain wise investments and so on, which are kind of challenging parts of the Aries energies if they're not channeled consciously. So I want to give you 4 things to know for this really powerful full moon that can hugely affect your life if you work with these energies well. And the first thing I want to give you is that in recent days, really pay attention to that if you felt like that. In recent days, you've most probably noticed that your past traumas are coming out so you can release the old energy. It's because your nervous system is releasing the old stuck energy due to cosmic events, alignments, and after equinox energy. So usually it may happen that we may just become aware of certain old fears or old memories, maybe from our childhood. Maybe you have some, or you had some deep, vivid dreams about something you've completely forgotten, or you may have maybe more vivid dreams and mystical dreams during this time. Like today, actually this night, I had a really incredible experience where at some point I was asleep, but I became conscious. It was not a dream, it was a really deep mystical experience where I was surrounded with this infinite dark blue field. It was infinite in all the directions, and then there was a voice that told me, you've been living many lives before. And then in front of me appeared symbols that symbolized each timeline, or at least certain specific timelines that maybe I needed to acknowledge. So I was able to see different timelines I've been living, and then I've seen my first time on this planet, and I've seen the time I was living around the Great Flood, and it was so interesting. But the great focus of that experience was the time I was dying, because I've noticed for the first time when I was dying, I was experiencing unpleasant emotions that I can still feel right now. For example, when I feel anxious, or when I feel afraid, or when I feel scared about something or stressed. During the dying, I've noticed, oh, those are same emotions that I'm still feeling within me. And at that moment I've noticed, oh, I needed to acknowledge this part of my life within my soul so I can slowly release those energies. And each individual may experience these processes differently, but it's a really important phase within our evolution, because if we want to move forward, we have to let go of what is not allowing us to, to make big changes in our lives. And sometimes, just noticing this emotional baggages we're carrying around, and recognizing what is, how something feels like, and these unpleasant sensations that we may be experiencing may be connected with something that we may not understand right now, but just seeking a deeper understanding can help us to notice at some point in the future maybe that you are not a bad person because you feel afraid, or because you feel anxious, or because you feel stressed out because of certain things. It's because you've been through something that triggered you in ways that back at the time you had no idea how to deal with that, how to channel that energy, and so on. And now as you're getting wiser and older and more acknowledged, as you're gaining more knowledge, later we'll talk about this, you're slowly returning intellectually, or at least with your consciousness, back to those certain memories, so we can resolve them with a greater awareness. And this healing is so important, because when it comes to the manifestation of certain dreams and goals that you have, it's hard to manifest something if at the same time you don't believe that it's possible. And most of the time we don't believe something is possible because we hold on to the stories of the past and to those fears from the past. And we have to transmute from fear to love, to this great understanding that we are creators of our lives. And it's not about, saying to ourselves, oh, I'm a creator, but at the same time we feel scared to do something that we know that we have to do. It's about deep knowing that I'm capable of creating. So let's prove to myself, I will prove to myself that I can make this possible. And with this full moon comes this energy that can inspire you or push you forward to really organize your life the way that you will make your dreams possible. Maybe not all of them, but at least something that will lead you to something else that's again on your goal list. And that new thing will again lead you to something else that's again on your goal list, like maybe building a new website that will become a main web page of your new business, for example. And once you build that up, now let's go into marketing, or let's meet a person who can take care of your marketing. And now let's go further and let's create something else, something valuable, new, that will lead you to the new thing, and so on and so on. A great time to organize your life in this direction. The second thing is that you may find yourself in a phase where you're deciding on some big moves for your future. This can be financial moves that you're making, personal growth like traveling or finding a mentor, certain relationships like big moves in your relationships. It's a time for big changes that will amplify positive transformation in your life. So if you're feeling like this is happening right now, it's due to this energy. So embrace what is happening and know that it's for the highest good of your evolution. And sometimes it's unpleasant because we're noticing that also maybe something that was important to us is ending and decreasing, only so we can slowly let go of it, because we notice that it's not growing into the direction we would like it to be, and it is taking us too much of effort that doesn't resonate with us anymore. And sometimes we just have to let it go. Like sometimes in relationships this happens, that we are putting so much effort into it, but another person is not doing that. So we're distancing ourselves, right? And you can do whatever you want, but if the other person is not putting that same effort, there's no coherent energy, and it's much better to leave it behind, to let go of it and move on, because greater things will find you. And it's same, sometimes in business, it just happens like that. We are building something that is important to us, but we notice that certain things are not clicking anymore. And maybe it's because it's time for something new, and we've attached ourselves so much to that idea that even when we're seeing signs that it's not the right thing anymore, we're still putting so much effort into it, even though deep inside we know that we have to finish it here, we have to let it go and move to something that resonates much more with us, because it's important to take a lesson from there and then put that knowledge we've learned into something new, into that new thing that resonates more deeply. Right now is this great time of transition, especially after the equinox. You may notice that many things may come to us in a sense of clarity, like, oh yes, this is what I need to do. So pay attention to these realizations that may be finding you right now at this point, and really listen to them. Maybe meditate on them. At the beginning, sometimes they may be so big that may scare us, and sometimes they may be a bit unclear. So meditate on that, reflect on that, maybe write down a few ideas that are finding you, and notice what they are trying to tell you, what those ideas, or if those ideas are like seeds into what they can grow if you really start nurturing them, if you really make goals out of them and you break those goals into smaller goals and you start taking action, what can actually happen. The third thing that may be happening right now for you is to pay attention to a specific knowledge that is finding you at this point, because it is finding you so you will grab it, use it, and transform your life with it. When you know that, when you know what you want, then you need to find out how to make it happen. And as we are in this transitioning phase right now, we will be exposed to new information, to new knowledge. And we really need to look at it as something that was meant to find us at this unique time. So we can take, again, wisdom from it and implement it in our daily lives. Because so many people are, reading and watching so many different things, but their lives are not changing because they don't do anything with that knowledge. But if you actually do something with it, you will notice that your life will start changing. This is really important to understand. Know that what's connecting your individual self with your cosmic self is intellectual self. And your intellect needs to expand so you can fully integrate your cosmic self into your daily life, into your daily individual self, and you can embody your true essence. So you can serve your highest possible purpose here in this third dimension. And this is something really, really important to know, because it just means, that if we intuitively sense something, and we all intuitively sense things, if we can't articulate what we sense, we will most probably ignore it. We'll ignore these intuitive impulses and inner navigating system that is guiding us through life. We'll just ignore it if we're not able to articulate it. So we need a certain knowledge that can help us to explain what we feel, to explain what is going on. That's why it's so incredible to see the rise of different information about science, about psychology, about neuroscience, about spirituality, about ancient wisdom, and all of that is coming out because we've got access to so much of information. And if we really take an intuitive step towards what calls us, we'll always be guided towards the information that can help us during this time to understand better what's happening with us, so we can connect ourselves with the cosmic self, right? With this higher self, wiser part of us, and we can fully channel ourselves into existence and create something wonderful here. Mahatma Gandhi once said that happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. The fourth thing I want to give you is that if something big is ending in your life right now, know that it was meant to end. So you stop wasting energy for the things that have expired on your evolutionary journey, and understand that you're ready for a new chapter. trust your inner compass and know that there is no challenge bigger than your capacity of overcoming it. The universe never gives you something that is impossible to overcome. And this is important to know at this point, because you're ready for that new thing. You're ready for that big manifestation. You're ready to accomplish what you're working on. But at the same time, you can't achieve it by doing same things over and over again. You have to realign yourself so we can walk towards it. And to do that, like I said before, sometimes we have to be brave enough to let go of what doesn't work anymore. And if you feel like this is happening right now, know that it's completely fine. As I mentioned, this energy of Aries is all about independence. It's all about courage. It's all about leadership, to be a leader of your life, to be independent in your life, to find a way that will make you more free. And it means in all directions. If you feel limited in your relationship with whomever, maybe consider to really think about if you've outgrown this relationship, or what may be the block in this relationship that you feel limited, or if it's with your job or anything else. Really reflect on that and notice how could you become more independent, because you will be supported in those areas. Think about this and ask yourself, am I a leader of my life, or am I allowing someone else to lead my life? And if I am allowing someone else to lead my life, who is that leader? Is that a great teacher, a great mentor, or news and media and social media and so on? Think about it, because your time to wake up is now. And if you really don't do anything with it, you will be controlled with the things that have the most influence over your life. And if those things are of low quality, your life will have low quality to it. And you will feel like that. So I want you to do something with this and really get your power back. Invest it into the life you want to live. If you can, put some goals onto the wall, somewhere where you can sit every single day. Break them down to smaller goals. Make steps out of it. Visualize it every single day. Do at least one manifestation meditation where you're visualizing it, feeling it, using all your 5 senses, touching it, smelling it, tasting it, hearing it, really getting yourself into that vision so you can charge yourself with it. And then do some grounding so you can let go of the old. Old fear may come up. Just shake it off like animals do. Shake it off and embody this energy of your future so you can shift yourself from the old timeline to a new one. My friends, I hope you found something valuable today. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings, and power. I want to remind you, today is the last day of the sale in our Etsy store, I Draw My Passion, where you can find my art, prints of my art, some of the original paintings, some guided meditations, stickers, fresh new stickers. So go there, check it out. Thank you so much for your support with that. You're supporting this mission and I'm really grateful for that. And till next time, one love.